All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about one of the most powerful rules for your money that, for some reason, they just never get around to teaching in school. And honestly, it's a single idea that can completely change your financial life.
I mean, it's a fair question, right? We spend years and years learning about historic battles and the periodic table, and that stuff is important, don't get me wrong, but how many of us ever had a class that explained the simple mechanics of actually building wealth?
And this huge gap in our education? Well, it has some very real and very common consequences that millions of us feel every single day.
Does that sound familiar? Look, if it does, it's not some personal failure. It is often the direct result of just not being handed the right playbook. It's that feeling of treading water. You're working so hard, but you never seem to get ahead. Your money ends up controlling you instead of the other way around.
But what if I told you the answer wasn't some ridiculously complex financial strategy? What if the whole thing could be boiled down to just one single, powerful idea?
So let's just get this out of the way right now. You do not need to be a Wall Street wizard to build wealth. This idea that it's all too complicated for the average person, that's just a myth, and it's a myth that keeps way too many people from even trying.
And here's another huge misconception. Of course, a big salary is nice. It definitely helps. But this principle, it works whether you're making a little or a lot. It's truly not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money you have.
You see, the secret is all about perspective. It's a tiny but fundamental change in your habits and your priorities. It's just flipping the script, and that flip makes all the difference in the world.
So, all right, enough with the buildup. What is this incredible, life-changing rule? Let's just put it out there.
And there it is. Pay yourself first. So simple, right? It doesn't mean pay your rent first or your credit card bill first. It means you treat your future self as your single most important bill to pay. Before anyone else gets a penny from your paycheck, you set money aside for your own future.
But just knowing the rule isn't enough. To really get it, you have to understand why it's so powerful. It's all about taking the way we normally handle money and just turning it completely upside down.
Okay, this is where the magic really happens. See, most of us operate with that traditional mindset. We get our paycheck, we spend money on bills, groceries, fun, whatever, and then we hope to save whatever's left over at the end of the month. This rule just flips that. You get paid, you immediately move money to savings and investments, and then you just live off what's left.
And putting it into practice is ridiculously simple. Your paycheck hits your account. A specific amount you've already decided on gets automatically moved to your savings. And that's it. The money left over is what you have to spend. There's no willpower involved, no tough decisions. It just happens in the background.
And that's the real key here. Saving is no longer optional. It's not something you might do if you feel like it. It becomes a fixed expense, just like your rent or your car payment. You're building your lifestyle around your savings goal, not trying to squeeze your savings goal into your lifestyle.
So what does this actually look like down the road? Well, this one little change in priorities can have an absolutely massive, almost unbelievable impact over time. Just take a look at this. Now, obviously, this is just a hypothetical example, but it illustrates the difference so perfectly. The person without the rule kind of saves whenever they remember whatever's left over. The person with the rule automatically saves a set amount every single month without fail. The difference over 30 years isn't just a little bit. It's completely life-altering. So what's the secret engine driving that crazy growth? It's the magic of compound interest. Your money starts making money, and then the money that money made starts making its own money. By paying yourself first, you are giving this incredibly powerful force the maximum amount of fuel and time to work its magic for you. Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But the most important part is, how do you actually start doing it? The best part is, you can get this whole thing set up in, like, the next 10 minutes.
Here's the game plan. It's super simple. First, just pick a number you know you can handle. Seriously, even if it's just 1% of your paycheck, that's an amazing start. Then you just log into your online banking and set up an automatic, recurring transfer to a separate account. And here's the crucial part. Schedule that transfer for the exact day you get paid. That way, the money is gone before you even see it, before you can miss it.
And really, that's the whole thing. It's this one little rule that can completely rewrite your financial story. So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. If you make this one small shift, starting right now, what does your future start to look like?